Okay, great rise of beautiful beings, great rise of beautiful beings. I might leave this light on my face to make it easier. I figured out the refrigerator problem. It was loud, so I put it on cold and the lowest setting, not the warm setting. And it turned off the loud noise, like it froze or something. I don't know. Maybe I got too much stuff in the refrigerator. I've been cleaning it out. I've been throwing stuff away. Then I buy more stuff, throw stuff away. Like, you can't really, you can't consume it all. I'm trying to get my jazz music. I've got to the point when I finally do pay for YouTube, whatever, so I don't have ads no more. I'm over the ads, okay? I ain't got no subscriptions nowhere else. I got a little Chat GPT subscription, and I don't have any more subscriptions nowhere else that I can recall, besides where I put my music. And that's once a year. So if they have the right price for no ads, I'm done with ads. They are annoying. They're a nuisance. I'm not a consumer. What I mean I'm not a consumer is you can't sit up here and give me this sales pitch and I'm going to go buy your shit. You can advertise what you're doing, and if I like it, I'll come see. But I have my choices of how I spend my money, and that ain't it. So, we're going to get started with, so this is a conscious thought. So, I'm definitely in tune with a lot of things. You know the voice of skull and all that. So, as soon as I left Jacksonville, because I was gone 11 months, this entity, being, or whoever had the rank to channel me, to telepathically channel me, or whatever they did, whether they just pressed a button and had a masculine, melanated man speak. But when they finally realized I was gone up north and I had relocated for work, the voice said, go home. It was strong as day. It had me worried for about a day or two, like, what's at home? What am I missing? But I knew I wasn't missing anything. But the fact that this person got enough rank and pull to even use, it could have been AI. It could have been anything. All I know, they was intelligently able to use a masculine, and this was in my awake. This was no dream. This was in my awakeness. They was able to use a melanated masculine voice to say, go home. And I was like, what the fuck? And I never thought to pull out my cards. Or maybe I did do a slight reading. I don't know. I think I did. But we're about to definitely do a reading to see the energy behind. See, I'm an energy reader. Like, trying to figure out who coming or going and all this and that. That's not my thing. I read energies. I read the cards for energy. Like what you need to look forward to, what you don't need to look forward to. It's very simple. Coming up trying to paint you a beautiful picture, entertain you, is not my thing. The Sun, the Zoria, and Eight of Pentacles. Tell me more. I want to know about that person who said go home. That being who said go home. Interesting. So we got the Sun, we got Balance, and we got the Queen of Cups. And if y'all see a cockroach run across, it's just going to be there. This would be the time you would actually see one, because I'm tapping into some shit that they really didn't want me to tap into, because I could hear a lot of stuff. I just keep it to myself. And I was already getting like slight threats about reading into this. So we got Balance, we got the Queen of Pentacles, we got the Sun, we got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, which is kind of odd. That's dealing with your craft, your business, what you do. And then we got the Seven of Swords. We got the the Princess of Cups. Tell me about this masculine voice. Tell me about this masculine voice that said go home, clear as day. Some type of spiritual fight. What else is going on? It's like by the Sun coming out first. It's like that's your soulmate. You know what I mean? And why does Magician and Ten of Pentacles keep coming out in reverse? Like they're saying it was actually a higher power that did it. Remember I told you that spirit guide that always be around, and no man can penetrate that barrier. You know, it's like the verse of God saying, I put enmity between thy seed and their seed, or thy seed and their seed, like that, right? Like put up a barricade. Only a certain access code can pass that barricade, right? Like, you think a woman is fucked up because she can't have children. That's not always the case. 9 out of 10, the women that are able to bear children and be fruitful have been compromised. There's a certain level of, and by the way, I've been pregnant before. There's a certain level of where righteousness or something happens where the creator or the creation or the divine does not allow access to those eggs, to that reproductive system. Puts up a firewall. And by the Sun coming out first, it makes me think that something was saying don't be running, but I wasn't running. I was trying to do 3 years in New York City, but I started having fun where I was at, and not only was I having fun where I was at, I said I didn't want to get stuck in a situation like I was in California. Like I wasn't stuck, but I wasn't fruitful. I was surviving. I was able to save. I had money, but I wasn't fruitful. I wasn't multiplying my residuals. So, the Balance, the Queen of Cups, something wanted to speak, something wanted to be in harmony, to go home. Love. Something wanted to be close by. I don't even have to use these cards. I'm going to tell you what I felt when I heard it. That somebody conveniently was able to have access to me, like spyware, technology, water spirits, because you know you by the water, right? Whereas where I was at, I was in the mountains. So by me being by the water spirits can come and go as they want to. Even the blue entity that shows up, right? All these tens keep being in reverse. Something's trying to create a family. I don't think it's trying to create a family. I think the motherfucker's just weird. And not only that, I started having visions of hooks in flesh. Not hooks in a fish, hooks in flesh. Like the thing wanted to remind me that it was anchored or latched on or connected or trying to connect or trying to reel me back in. Like I had got out of the territory. I had got out of the zone. Like it had one shot. It had one shot to send a message. And it made it short and sweet. Go home. Shoot, it almost made me think for a minute. For real, think about it. Think about something's out of reach. And you need to send one, like a ham radio or something. You need to send out one signal and you need to make it short and clear to the point. Not exaggerated. Just send the signal out and you want that packet to reach. Because I was out of the territory. And they said go home. Anything else? Tell me about this masculine. Spirit, if you don't tell me about this masculine, I'm not going to do readings until next year. I'm going to pack all this shit up and I'm about to hit the road. So you need to tell me what the fuck this was. Look, ain't that go home? Ain't that the 8 of Cups? Leaving, go home. Something about love. Queen of Cups, I'm a Scorpio, right? See that there ever since I got here, there has always been a spiritual battle. Okay? A great one warned me soon as I got here, said, Skye, if you are a valuable key player, they'll build a whole city around you. And lo and behold, as soon as I got here, they started changing the infrastructure. 2 years in, cell phone towers like a tree, cloaked as a tree, which is a weapon, hypothetically, theoretically, allegedly. 2 more years. School, morgue, ran thick cables under everything. So he was clear when he said, if you're powerful, they'll build a whole city around you. But like I say, I won't be here long. Y'all have not seen Pick Up and Let Go. But yeah, so this entity sent out a final, warning, final signal. And they're smart, they're intelligent. They didn't ask me to go home, they commanded me to go home. King of Cups. It makes a lot of sense. I told you. I wasn't playing with spirit. You gonna tell me what the fuck going on, or I'm about to pack this shit up. I'm not fucking with y'all. The walk away was real. I didn't see no benefit in being here. What, I've been here 8 years and haven't found a decent person to be around? Like, literally. Not a single decent person to be around. Doing nature trails, beaches. Done been all the way to Key West, back up. Done did everything. And don't get me wrong, I'm content with being by myself. But ain't nothing like having a companion. You know what I mean? Hell, my 90-year-old neighbor got a fucking companion. They go on cruises together. They do things together. But this the real deal Holyfield right here. So this King of Cups knew I was going through some spiritual indecisiveness. Up all night, couldn't rest in my own home. I needed to focus. And I had all these came out at the same time. So yeah. You might be going through a same situation where you're like, nothing's adding up. It's not benefiting me. And remember I said it's a water spirit. It's a water spirit. Yep, it's a water spirit. I remember one time I was at the beach. I think the sun can project what it wants onto you too, like that actual sun in the sky. I'm laying down on the sand at the beach for days. And then all of a sudden this Nubian masculine guy showed up. And he just laid down, like this was the vision. He just laid down on the beach with me. Yep. So it's definitely a water spirit. It's definitely a water sign. But the thing is, this water sign want me to know my conflicted ways, right? Like you were spiritually going through something. Like I didn't know you was going through something so bad to the point you would up and leave your home, right? Like how do you not know that? You know? How do you not know that they've honed in on me and they're trying to build an infrastructure around me? Like how do you not know that? You got to be ludicrous if you don't know. This is downtown. They could have been had this infrastructure up. No, I seeded myself here spiritually. And then they started to develop it. These people are asleep. But new activity, new anomaly came into this area. So they had to switch it up. They had to go into like this governmental war tactic shit. Like if she's woke, she could wake up many. Yeah. Come on now. You put up a fucking Ashura? Do you know what an Ashura is capable of? Do your research. The Ashura is there to keep the frequency, keep you asleep. Or they can amplify it at any level they want. Gagging, diarrhea, blood out the eyes, ears. That's military grade technology. Less than 1,000 feet radius from my home. And that smart school ain't no fucking different. It's in a red frequency too. Get an EMF reader and walk out there to the street. I'm not playing with you. So, the entity didn't know that I was at a point of like no return, right? I literally had walked away. I said, I'll go somewhere else and just pay the mortgage there for 25 years. I don't give a fuck, but I'm not sitting like a duck. I'm not going to sit like a duck. And once this entity realized I had actually left and I had relocated, it got frustrated. It got really frustrated. You hear that motorcycle? It got really frustrated. And Now it's speaking on my conflictive ways, spiritual conflicted ways, my indecisiveness, the point of meditation and rest, and those incomplete nights, right? Tell me more. You diagnosing me, but am I actually the problem? Tell me fucking more. This is exactly saying she has her mind made up. You probably can't see it. I'm sorry, but that's the Queen of Staves and the Cups. And this needs to be in reverse. This Prince of Pentacles, because even though this is a King of Cups, he has nothing, no sustenance in the material realm to provide. It's an entity. It's an entity attachment. And look, Ten of Staves in reverse. All the tens are in reverse. Where's the other one? Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This is not an ancestor. This is not a family. This is not a soul tribe. This is not anyone that's trying to build that structural support with me. This is something different. Spirit says something about as above, so below. The reason why that's in reverse is because they're below. They're like the dark side of the tree of life. They're like the dark side of the Kabbalah. They're like your twin flame. They're the hidden side of the pyramid. Yeah. This person definitely have options. And they're definitely seeking judgment. And they know what they want emotionally, but their mind and their financial gain. They're trying to master this reality too. They don't think like they financially got it. They don't think like they mentally got it, but they move from their heart. They move from their passion. And I guess somehow, some way, I was a part of that passion. What did go home mean? That's what I want to know. Yeah. Something spiritual. Something spiritual. What did go home mean? Tradition. Yeah, the hearth is the home. The hearth is the heart, which is the home. But why would they even speak up? Why would they risk speaking up? Wow. They want some type of nurture and fertility. They want some type of relationship. Let me ask you something. Is this person or entity, let's just say entity, because it could just simply been technology pinging off a cell phone in a cell phone tower, and they're sending out a packet of like voices, no lie, okay? Is this person physical? Is this entity physical? Their fluidity. They're fluid. They're water spirit. I mean, when I tell you it's like a baby that's weak, that has to give out that last cry, hoping that something hear it before the signal disappears. And I mean, they made sure they sent out that one final call. This person has not even materialized. Yep. They made out that final last cry, that final last call. Yeah, they trying to reconcile. They trying to reconcile. To have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, they're like saying you'll never have to work again. This is a new beginning. To being out in the cold and always guarded. They say you got to relax. Some type of transformation. But you're not telling me nothing about this entity. You're just diagnosing me. You're not going to have to fight no more. Bunch of dreams. Bunch of dreams. Anything else? Something about spiritually trapped. Tell me about this Eight of Swords. This is a water spirit. This is a water spirit. Something about whatever I've manifested or whatever I'm waiting on is gonna happen. Bottles and shit making noise. Something's changing. This could even be, remember when I said I've been pregnant before? This could even be like an entity that I was supposed to give birth to, but it didn't happen. Cloudy judgment, as if illusions, unbalanced and distorted. As if it's not clear thinking. Something's broken. Of course our DNA is distorted. Conflicted. Now they trying to throw the drinking in the face. What else about this entity? Thinking. I want to know about the entity. Strictly about the entity. I don't want to know nothing about me. I think somebody got anger management problems. It ain't just me. I think somebody else got anger management problems. I want to strictly know about the entity that said go home. Karma, consequences, cause and effects, debts. Something about the attachment is so deep that the more I swipe my cards, the more whatever I do is causing them some type of karmatic reaction. Clinging. Tell me something I don't know. I don't understand how something only you and abandon. Of course, I abandoned my situation. I didn't know other people were involved. I didn't know I was being intimate with something invisible. Hoping and longing. I don't know what this is. This just seems like a handler that got connections. You hear the refrigerator? It seems like a handler with high-ranking connections to technology. And then it's obvious there's a water spirit involved because the Queen of Cups came out, the King of Cups came out before anything else. This is deep. Anything else about this I'm about to say anything else about this intimacy. Family. Anything else about this entity that said go home. Beauty. I'm saying, is it only invisible? No physicality, no nothing, no finality. Farewells leave behind closure. I guess. Shocking. It's another card that came out. There was another card I was getting I got to get my other cards from out there. But there was another card that kept saying, I just lost my train of thought. Twin flame and escaping. What did that card say? I just lost my train of thought. It'll come back to me. I saw the card, the vision of the card and everything, and then I lost it that bad. Twin flame and escaping. Something is going absolutely wrong with this situation. I don't know what else to say. They trying to diagnose me instead of, well, they're explaining why it came about, but they're not. I'm not in love with nobody. You know what I mean? I'm compassionate for everybody, but I'm not in love with nobody. Because like I say, it's always by design that the woman that ain't going to do right going to get the man that's going to do everything. We in a new era where financially stable men want to date outside their race. We're in a new era where men wouldn't dare be caught with women that look like their mother. Where do you think you got your handsome from? Where do you think you got your beauty from? Where do you think you got your strength from? You think you got your strength from mixing things up? No. So, I don't even care for men that don't be around women that resemble their tribe. I don't care for men. I'll give you an example. The African that comes drinks with me. I don't want to drink alone. I really don't drink alone. If I drink alone, I'm on camera, right? He has a white baby mother. Same way. The same way people say, once you go black, you don't go back. Well, I say once you go white, you don't go back. You know what I mean? You thought. And I don't even think he liked his skin tone. And I told him he's not fair because every man on the planet has a dark penis. Their penis is darker than their body. So why would you deny the way you look? Don't let these people convince you that you're ugly or not appreciated. Well, anyway, enough of that. Any man, if he can't name 3 females that he hang around or support or look up to that remind him of his mother, look like his mother, I don't want to deal with him. I like men that are actually attracted to women that look like their mother. How else you think you got here? How else you think you got your mentality, your strength? How do you think you got that shit? Anything else about this entity spirit? Some restless night. Look, the King of Cups came out with the Nine of Swords. Some restless nights. The world. The world bringing stress to this entity. Anything else? Some type of celebration or communion. What else? Yep. Something about that energy and being spiritually guided to actually have some type of union. Some type of retirement, completion. Something about being guarded. Just staying on the fence. Why is this Two of Pentacles keep being in reverse? That's abnormal. The stars got you aligned. The hustle is over with. The stars got you aligned. That's a beautiful sight. Anything else about this? Anything else about this King of Cups, this entity? I'm tired of you throwing all these cards out. I'm not about to read them. I need one at a time. Anything else? We just ain't gonna do right. It's like, make up your mind. Be about your business. He's not spiritually compatible. This done came out twice. He's not spiritually compatible for this Queen of Swords and this energy. The Queen of Staves and the Queen of Pentacles. He keep coming out as a prince. Like, he's a King of Cups by heart, by motion, by emotional, right? But all his other signs, his money, his mentality, his heart is golden, it's kingly. That's why I said it's a water spirit. But when it come down to the staves, the pentacles, and the swords, he's no match for me. He's different. It's like we're equal when it comes down to our element. So 9 out of 10, this person or being or entity or whoever has this high ranking to have access to me through telepathy. We're on the same frequency, dealing with the emotions. Something about sharing, giving back, sharing wisdom, giving back, contemplating those directions again. Ooh, there's definitely some conflicted energies with the heart space. Those are, to me, I feel like those are like outside forces. In my situation, that would not be me physically tied up with multiple heartstrings, right? This situation would definitely be evil eye entity attachment style people. You know, I like you, I want to be with you, I want to make a baby with you. You know, those type of attachments, and you can pretty much keep that shit at bay. So we dealing with a non-physical player. I gotta use that. We're dealing with a non-physical player here. This is crazy, y'all. Queen of Cups, movement, and the collaboration. But it's something about the strength, fertility, and nostalgia. Something about keep moving. I'm gonna have to do a real heavy cleanse, spiritual cleanse. I gotta get away from this entity. Gotta go by this business. This entity got to get the fuck on. Justice and make it so. Yeah. It's like this thing is running raggedy. No more out in the cold. Yeah, like it's talking shit saying, yeah, I ain't got to worry about you neglecting me. I ain't got to worry about you having company. I ain't got to worry about you fantasizing about somebody else. Yeah, let me go. Set me free. That's what the motherfucker's saying. It's beneficial to help this entity move on. Power play. Yep. What else, Spirit? Options. Yeah, so many things to choose from. Investments. Yes, other things to invest in. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't want to remove my first line of defense, my second line of defense. I don't want to remove that. I just know these emotional ties, you know. Motherfucker got to stick with their frequency. Whatever you are, you got to stick with that frequency. You physical, do some physical shit. You spiritual, go do some spiritual shit. Yep. Oppression in reverse. Princes. Something about the connection is not wholeheartedly there. Like we grew up together, or they're past relationship. Yeah. Like, remember when we beat oppression? Remember when we got out of the slum? Remember when we did this? Remember? It's very nostalgic. Look what's at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. It's like they reminded me, like, you do know that we battled on the battlefield together, right? Like, I can't help I didn't materialize a year. It's still whack, though. I gotta live my physical life. Does that make sense? I gotta live my physical life. It's still fucking whack. Where are my, I would have been so upset today not being able to find these career and life cards. They were in the truck. Investment. Invest in your education and make some big plans for the future. Take calculated risks, but save something to fall back on. Oh, that's some heavy investments. Talking about take calculated risk. I am. I'm about to step foot on new soil. Tired of these motherfuckers. Guidance. I told you they weren't physical. First card flipped out the deck is guidance. And we have the King of Swords here. Divine forces are showing you the way to go. You are discovering another piece of your destiny and your purpose in life. I told you. Like we powerless or something. Oh my God. Humans, if they don't get their DNA in order to the point where they can dematerialize and rematerialize, you're just gonna have these fucking entities just nudging you around, you know, controlling your life. It's so fucking boring. Like, you're powerless. God, God, God. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Damn, come do it your motherfucking self. Renewal. You need to take time to recharge your energy to get back on track. Challenges ahead require you to have faith and breakthrough. Yeah, it's going to be some real deal Holyfield shit. Anything else, Spirit? Anything about the entity? Cultivation. You are in the growing phase right now, and you must continue to water the seeds you have planted in order to reap the rewards. And of course, we've seen the pinnacles on the tree. Okay? Freedom. You need to have more flexibility with your schedule and income. Being self-employed is ideal. We already know I'm fucking self-employed. The shit not working right now. The shit is not in flow right now. And I don't care, because I don't want to help beings that want to do domestic shit. Get the fuck out of here with your domestic ass. It's more to life. You know what I mean? It's more to life. Start with your chi and your prana. See how far you can go. And then see what you attract after that. Outside forces and protection. Unknown figures are driving the situation, and you may not be able to control the outcome. This cycle will shift soon, and you will be okay. Protection. You are being protected from deceit and from situations that no longer serve you. Lie low for a while, and you will be shown the truth. I kind of figured that. In the flow. The universe is sending you help. Tap into your inner power and go deeper to create the purposeful life you really want to have. Imagine that. 5 years of vegan. 6 years of vegan. From Houston to California to Florida. And it was just like my supernatural powers were dwindling, like the radiance there. But the psychic abilities was just mediocre. What else, Spirit? Look at all these cards. I know. Too much going on. Hold on. Taking steps and money matters. We'll work on that. Locked. Work you want may not be in reach. Okay. Perspective and connections. If you change the way you look at things, you could see everything in a brand new light that will help you. You get where you want to be. Connections. Build bridges between people. Contact those who can help you. Your actions set you up for the next opportunity. I don't know nobody to build bridges with. Nobody. And every man I talk to, look, long term and looking. Every man I talk to want to have sex. Do you know how many men you would have sex with if you said yes? That's insane. Do you know when you lose your virginity and you're not in a relationship? Do you know how easy it is to have sex with several men, if not more? Do you know how easy it is to keep having sex, hoping that somebody want to court you, date you, take you home to their mama? Do you know how easy that shit is? You can have, it is 365 days in a year. So make that shit make sense. You probably have sex with one guy for 3 weeks or something, or on the weekends. Then it's another guy that got a little more than him, or want to be around you during the week after work or something. Then you wing one off and you bring another one in. Then you find out that you could get more money by doing this, this, or this, and then all of a sudden you got multiple men. No, fuck all that. Fuck all that. Just make your money, honey. Make your money, honey. And stay to yourself. Star power. You need engaging work that will let your talent shine. Real passion. Stop wasting time in dead-end jobs. I'm tired of it. Ain't nothing telling me about the entity, but at least they did bring out the King of Cups at the beginning. And then Spirit Guide came in talking shit. I'm just curious to know when I do go across seas, am I going to have that same entity attachment? Or will it be mute? Will it be silent? But yeah, that last call, like when I left out of this vicinity area, but you know, you got to understand when you're a test subject too. When you're a test subject and they're desperate, like, oh, the subject has left, you know. They sent out that fucking call, and it was a masculine, melanated nigga. It was a nigga. It was a naga. It was a fucking nigga. Okay? Like they was desperate or something. You won't believe what came up. Answers. You will resolve your current situation soon. Work-wise, you find unique ways to stand out, and you find a new opening with job security. And it's a card on there that says love, and there's a key. Unfolding. Access to greater prosperity is opening up for you slowly. You are growing as you learn. Okay. Innovation. You will need to come up with new strategies to keep your plans in motion. Old ways are outdated. Event, create, and test ideas. Of course. I love these cards. These cards are so cool. Like, you can use them any type of way you want. I'm just trying to figure out why I can't learn more about the entity that said go home. Influence. Use your influence for change. You may do public speaking, social videos, or interviews. Your voice and opinions are important. Ashe. I'm going to leave it there. Nothing but a bunch of life coaching ass shit. And the entity scot-free to until another day. How about that? Period, right? The entity is scot-free to another day. But I do know one thing. That motherfucker was upset when I actually relocated. And then I stayed gone 11 months. I was up there May 20th. And I didn't get back to like May 5th or something of the next year. Yes, indeed, y'all. I enjoyed this. Maybe one day I'll seek a reading from somebody. But maybe not. And if you have any interesting stories or anything similar where it seemed like something reached out to you after it was too late, after you had made a shift, you know. Let's see. Until next time, unearth the magic. The truth will definitely set you free.